today I'm going to show you how I turned these into this. I'm going to insert clips of my garden here. If you know you want a really pretty full garden but you don't quite know where to start, that's what this video is for. Do you guys even want to take a gander at how hot it is out here right now? I'll let you guess by the glistening on my face. Okay, I'll tell you, it's 95 degrees right now. And that's hot for Washington. Okay, I understand parts of the country get hotter. That's hot for here. I didn't move. I moved away from California to escape the heat. Okay, quickly before we get into this video, I want to do a little update on my seed giveaway. I think I'm at 151 entries, which is just, whoa, guys. I genuinely didn't think I'd get more than like 30 people. Also, I'm challenging myself this video to stop saying and like, okay? I'm a millennial. It's just part of our vocabulary and I really need to stop. So good. So good. Okay, seed giveaway. The video is still pinned to the top of my profile. It's going to be up until I hit 12,000 friends. If you want to enter, it is pinned at the top of my profile. And I'm giving away a bunch of seeds for next year's garden and some fun garden stuff. All the information is in there, so go do that. Now, we're going to talk about this. I've made a video like this a few months ago, but I have so many more friends here and lots of new gardeners that follow me on here. And I've said before, I'd like to be a resource for new gardeners because I found somebody that really helped me when I first started gardening. Now that I'm in year 4, I feel like I do have a good amount of knowledge under my belt. Obviously, I am learning all the time. I've learned many lessons this year, but I'm just here to kind of help you get started. If you know you want a really pretty full garden, but you don't quite know where to start, that's what this video is for. I'm gonna show you, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do, you need to already start thinking about next year's garden. I know, but Casey, it's only August. Girl, this garden season is gonna be over before we know it. The full garden season already, I feel like, has already passed us by. First, if you wanna plant garlic, you need to get that in the ground in late October, early November, okay? So that's the first thing you need to do for next year's garden. Garlic, put it in the ground, okay? I have a garlic video. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll find it. That'll teach you all you need to know about planting garlic, okay? But first, you're gonna do that. Second, if you want to plan for 2026, which you should be doing already because gardens take planning, unless you're into chaos gardening, and that's fine. Those typically I associate with type B personality people, but if you are a type A person like myself, which I am a very, very type A person, I'm a planner. You're gonna figure out first where you're going to be gardening next year. If you already have a garden, cool. If you're going to add more raised beds or you're going to add more grow bags, just figure out what space you're going to have access to, okay? Then you're going to make a diagram. You can do this in an Excel spreadsheet. I'm a visual, like big visual person. So I went to Wally World and I bought $2 poster boards, okay? If you don't shop at Walmart for ethical reasons, I support you, but this is where a girl gets her poster boards. And then I bought little stickers, okay? And I made cutouts of every single one of my beds. I needed 2 because my garden is very large. All of these green things are my raised beds. And I got stickers and I planned out where I was placing every single thing. Not just, this is a bean bed, this is an onion bed. No, I researched the varieties I wanted to grow. I decided how many of those varieties I wanted to grow, and I wrote an individual sticker for pretty much every single one. Whatever works for you. This just works for me because it was cheap and it's big and I can work on it all winter long when I'm stuck in the rainy Pacific Northwest house. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna figure out what hardiness zone you live in. Most of you already know this because you have already had this season under your belt, but if you're a new gardener and you want to start growing, you need to know where your frost dates stand. In the Pacific Northwest, specifically where I live, we are zone 8B. Our last frost is around the 2nd week of March. Our first frost is around the 2nd week of October. That right there is your growing season. So a frost will usually kill plants. There are some exceptions, some things you can put out before your last frost, some things you can keep in the ground after your first frost. That comes with knowledge of gardening, so don't overwhelm yourself with that. What I would do is just start with your frost dates, okay? Okay, you're gonna figure out what you want to grow. Okay, you make a list. I did quite a few varieties this year because this year was my experiment garden. I've said that many times. This year I literally tried one of everything I've ever wanted to try. Now I've kind of nailed in and dialed in, I don't like that, I like this, and next year is going to be more about production for me. So you figure out what your goal is. Do you want stuff to preserve for your family? Do you just want a kitchen garden? Do you just want a pollinator garden? Do you want a flower garden? Whatever you want, you make the plan for that, okay? If you don't have seeds, I buy mine from a few reputable seed companies online. You can, I personally think it's always good to buy seeds from a local place. I buy a lot of my seeds from Territorial Seed Company. They are located in Oregon. They sell the seeds that they grow there on their farm in Oregon. So their weather matches my weather pretty much. Obviously, little microclimates can vary. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest, Territorial Seed Company, they are awesome. I love their seeds. I've had no issues with germination. Now, if you're looking for fun, cool, funky varieties, Baker's Creek Rare Seeds, they sell heirloom varieties. Those are not hybrids. So those may be less disease resistant sometimes. That's typically what you'll find with heirlooms, but they are really cool seeds. So I get a lot of fun tomatoes and peppers and stuff, melons from there. And then Johnny's. Johnny's I feel like is a tried and true. I like them. They have great hybrids, especially if you need some heat resistant varieties, or if you need some frost resistant varieties, or you need disease resistant varieties. So that's where I get my seeds. You can obviously do your research and get seeds wherever you want. The next thing you're going to want to figure out is your soil, what kind of soil you're using. I stopped using bagged soil 2 years ago. For the first 2 years, I would just buy bags of soil at Home Depot or Lowe's. I found I had really bad luck with growing when I was using bag soil. Not all brands of bag soil are bad, that's not what I'm saying at all, but bag soil is expensive. Bag soil, a lot of the brands like Miracle-Gro, I would not recommend using Miracle-Gro. If you're a new gardener, just stay away from that if you can. That's just me personally. I get mine delivered from a local company. Lots of places all over the United States have companies, landscaping companies, like nurseries that will deliver compost or soil that they make themselves. So I find that it's way cheaper. To fill my whole garden, I got 2 10 cubic yard deliveries 2 times each. 1 10 cubic yard delivery last year and 1 10 cubic yard delivery this year. And to buy the amount of soil that I did in bags, it would have been 3 times the cost. It would have been close to $1,000. And I think I spent $300 or $350 both times. It's about where I get mine. I get mine from a company called Tagro. It's located in Tacoma, Washington. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to decide if you want to buy transplants, which are little plants you get from the nursery. Don't buy them from Home Depot. Please know if they've been cared for, if they've been loved. We don't know what they've been sprayed with. I always say support your local places. Buy your local seeds, buy your local soil, buy your local plant starts. Support small businesses. These big box stores, they make enough money other ways, and your plants are probably not gonna do that well if you buy them from there. And I'm just speaking on experience because I used to buy my stuff from Home Depot, and those plants sometimes would do fine. A lot of the times they would fail, and it's just, I would just recommend finding a local nursery. There's nurseries everywhere in the United States, okay? If you're gonna start seeds, you need to get a little bit of a seed setup. Does not have to be complicated though, okay? You can start them in your house. You can do it in a kitchen window. I have found in my personal experience that the sun from a window is not strong enough to make good, strong seedlings and starts. So you do not need a greenhouse, by the way. 4th year gardener, 1st year with a greenhouse, okay? You don't need a greenhouse, but if you want one and you want to have your seeds set up, I do recommend getting one because they are very helpful. You're gonna get some grow lights. You don't need expensive grow lights. And then you're gonna get some heat mats, especially if you live in a cold environment. Seeds require heat to germinate, especially summer seeds. And so if you're trying to start peppers or tomatoes in February and March when it's still freezing and cold here or other places, your stuff's not gonna germinate. Seed mats are so inexpensive. I have everything I use personally linked in my Amazon bio in my storefront. That just for ideas, okay? There's lots of different options out there. I feel like I just info dumped on you guys. If you ever have any questions, you can always message me and I will answer as much as I possibly can for you. I really wished I had a resource when I was starting that I could ask questions to. I hope this is helpful. I'm sorry if this is chaotic. but that's just what you're gonna get here.